Hi there, YouTube. It's Sheila. I'm a bit hot and my hair's a bit all over the place post-wedding. It's wonderful to be with you. I am jumping on to do some card pulls, which is something I'm going to try to get into on a weekly basis. There are some very, very life-changing events happening right now that I have noticed, not in my own life, but what I've noticed in other people's lives is things coming to a screeching halt. I'm seeing, just situations reach the end of where they can possibly go to. And this is a very, very natural phenomena. There's nothing unnatural about it. Nothing lasts forever. Everything evolves. And we get very fearful of when those soul contracts do reach an ending point. And for a certain amount of time, we can feel very lost and we can feel very wary about what's going to take their place. So I thought I would dive into just the energies that are coming up, some of the opportunities that there are. And, if you're here and you comment, I am happy to pull a card for you. But if you don't comment and let me know you're here, I'm not going to be able to do that. So quickly, I'm going to get my guides in. So just bear with me. So we've got Archangel Ariel with us today. And she says communication is going to show you where your path lies now. For some of you, you've been communicating in the same way for a very long time. And you've been putting up with communication that is not right for you, energy that isn't good for you, and people that you've outgrown. And she says, this is natural. There is a point on every person's journey when they grow. And this is a blessing. There is always more love. There is always more opportunities. There is always the chance to experience more goodness, more joy in your lives. But you do have to recognize when something isn't gelling. You cannot force it to gel. You cannot will something into being. And she says, this is part and parcel of your purpose here on earth. She says so many light workers really want to help with the great shift that's going on, but they struggle to allow those changes to be made in their personal lives. And what every light worker is being asked to do is to become aligned within themselves, is to live their life in greater alignment than they have till now. And she says, sadly, there are, friendships, relationships, jobs, living situations that are no longer in your best interests. And the longer that these situations go on for, the more harm is caused. And what we need light workers to understand is that you will not be on your own for long. You will not be unemployed for long. You will not have a life which is stressful for much longer, but you've got to allow the changes that your soul agreed to make. And she says another thing that is happening at the moment is that the path that your soul wants, the path that your soul needs, can be very different to the path that your mind believes it should take. So you may have put in there many steps and many effort for, invested time and invested love in, a relationship or a friendship or a business or a career or whatever it is, or a way of life. And, it might be something that still would be what you would like to have happen, but your soul has got other ideas. And very often, the amount of effort that you've put in has become so great because it's not what is meant to be. And so there comes a natural time when it is not possible for you to maintain that effort. And when that happens, very often it's your health, or it's your emotional well-being, it's your physical body and your emotions that show you this is not meant for us. And so what we will say to each light worker, if you find yourselves in these situations and you're wondering what you've done wrong, or did you not try hard enough, or were you not kind enough, or did you not give enough? The answer is, there is a better life ahead. Okay, so she's also now, hi Aura, hi Lena. I will pull cards in a minute. If you've commented, I will absolutely pull cards for you. So what was I going to say? Where were we? Hang on. She says, if you're wanting your psychic abilities to develop, you must be listening to your soul. You cannot ignore the calling that your soul has, that it is time to grow if you want to develop psychically. You cannot attract abundance if you're clinging on to parts of your life that was supposed to end. And the hardest part is, it's easy for anyone like me to sit here and to say to you, oh, better times are ahead. It's very difficult when you're on the ground and you can't see where you're going to live, or what you're going to do for a living, or who's going to be there for you. That can be very, very difficult. And I've been there myself about 6 times. You will move through it, and it is necessary for light workers to feel supported in order for their purposes to be fulfilled. So if you are in a relationship or a friendship or a work situation, or there's a dynamic in your life which is not respectful, which is toxic, which takes more from you than you are able to withstand, it will come to an end. And it is meant to, even though we know that that isn't easy. So with all of that being said, I'm going to have a look and I'm going to see what opportunities are coming up. Hey, Elaine. I think it might be champagne features, Elaine, because I did drink quite a lot. I had a lot of Prosecco. I've got another 3 bottles of champagne to get through, which, they'll be rolling me out of the, they'll be rolling me down the drive. Hey, Tracy. So what we're going to do, if you haven't subscribed, please, would you? We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And if you can share my video anywhere and get anyone to subscribe, I'm going to do like a mass readings day when I get to 1,000. So for all of those of you that, have shared my videos and you've subscribed, I will absolutely be helping you. Thank you, Aura. Thank you, my darling. I would really appreciate that. Okay, so I think the first thing I'm going to do, okay, so I have got some messages coming in. I'm going to do just like a general what's coming up over the next 5 weeks, okay? So I'm just going to do that generally. Then I'm going to pull some cards for you lovely, lovely ladies. And yeah, we'll take it from there. So we've got Waking the Lion. Well, I said that we had Archangel Ariel with us. So this is about, there's a time to speak up and be heard. Sometimes you don't want to say anything. You don't want to have to, rock the boat. You don't want to have to tackle something. What I'm hearing Ariel says is time to bite the bullet. It's a time for honesty. It's a time for truth. Hi, Jenny. And it is a time for change. So then we've got endless possibilities. These are such beautiful cards. So I think, I'm not a card reader. What I'm seeing with the energies coming in is blocks being removed. Okay, thank you. So Ariel's saying there's going to be situations in your life that you've gotten used to being the way that they are, and you haven't had the freedom or the resources to be able to change those things. Well, what's going to happen is through this period of change and endings, you're going to be able to move forward in a way that you haven't been able to before. So what's coming in is, if there is like a particular holiday that you would love to have, and it's been frowned upon by your family, or if there has been a particular skill that you want to learn, but your best friend would be jealous if you did that, it's like you're actually going to be in that place where you feel as though, you know what, there's no reason why I can't do these things. And you're going to feel that it is right for you to do them. Okay, so then we have a tall tale. Okay. Now I want to say this is where people that have been telling you how things are going to be, what they think you should do, what their opinion of your life is, they're going to come unstuck. I've really got a lot of bullshit being revealed. There's no other way to say it. Emmy, you're not missing anything, my love. You're not missing anything. So, there is a feeling of, okay, ultimatums. I've got people making ultimatums that you don't feel you've got to fulfill. People coming out with, opinions that are really just quite rude. And you're just like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. And, their assumption is that you will just go along with it. And you're not going to. You're not going to, because why should you? And then beyond the ordinary. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a lot of you making plans for your own lives that you've put off for a long time. So maybe you always plan to go and visit somebody that lives abroad. You're going to go to hell with it. I'm going to do it. Some of you maybe have put off, consolidating all your loans and your debts. There's a part of you that's going to go, I'm going to do it. Some of you are going to be going for mortgages. Some of you are going to be looking at upping sticks and moving. So this isn't going to happen yet, but you're going to get to that place where you feel like the time is now, you've got nothing to lose. But what may happen in the beginning is that those friendships, those relationships, those jobs, those situations that are coming to a screeching halt, that has to end first. That has to end first. And then you move into this really, really lovely, abundant phase, which is going to last through to June next year. Fabulous. Fabulous aura. Absolutely lovely. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to tell you about my new online community that I'm very, very excited about. So the classes will officially be there next Monday, Tuesday. So if you go to my website, you will see we're all in gold now. The pink's gone, and we're all in gold. And there is a little tag called the Spirit Center. So if you go for the silver option, you get access to lots of different spiritual classes that I am creating even as we speak. So the classes in there at the moment are clairaudience, intuitive mediumship, spirit communication with a pendulum, and there's going to be an abundance class as well with the angels of money, and that's like a 5 session class. So there's PDFs with some of them. There's also going to be meditations, aura cleansing, cord cutting. There's going to be activations. You get all of that for just $9.99 a month. And I'm really trying to share classes that I don't believe you are going to get anywhere else. If you go for the gold option, which is £19.99 a month right now, in 2 months it's going to go up to £30. The gold option, you get all of the classes, but you also get a monthly personal card reading, which is personal to you. And you also get an activation that will not be available to the silver members. So some of the activations are going to be to do with money. Some of the activations will be to do with your spiritual abilities. Some of the activations will be to do with your psychic gifts. Some of the activations will be to do with health. That's the gold option. And if you sign up for the gold option, when it goes up to £30, it stays at £20 for you. It's live now, Tracy. You can go on and book it now if you want to. So the Spirit Center is there. Oh, and by the way, if you sign up for a gold membership, you are getting a free mini reading as my gift to you. So, you can start signing up for that now. The classes will be available next week, but you can sign up now. All right. So the free mini reading, I'm probably going to only offer between now and Friday because, it's going to be too much work for me to offer that any further. So I would love to support you in the Spirit Center. I'd really love that. Okay, let's have a look and let's see what's coming up for you all. Have you got any areas that you would like me to look at for you? Lena, Aura, Elaine, have you got any areas? So do you want me to look at money? Would you like me to look at romance? Tell me what you'd like me to look at and I can do that for you very quickly. So Emma says work. Lena, what area would you like me to look at? Tracy, what area would you like me to look at? Romance. Okay, let's have a look at romance. Aura, is that your real name? Because as a clairaudient, I do have to look at your first name. So what's your first name, Aura? You're not Amanda, are you? Right, okay. Let's have a look then for you, my lovely. So, I'm not a card reader. I'm just gonna just pull you a card. Okay, so we have Let It Go. So there are some hiccups, which is, what I've said. It's like you doing your very, very best and feeling as though people are taking from you. And I'm just talking about relationships in general here. I do definitely get some romance for you as we head towards October, my love. Okay, so things will get smoother. And I'm seeing a man who's... definitely seeing a man who's different from the other men you've dated. He feels much more genuine, to be honest with you. So let's have a look for Emma. So Emma's asked me to look at work. Okay, so we've got Awakening Genius. Okay. You're being asked to up your game. I feel like there's something going on at your work that you could come in with a solution that makes them sit up and notice you. Okay. And this is what Ariel's saying. Don't wait to be noticed, Emma. There's a way in which you can contribute or go about something that's going to make you look much more clever, much more respected than you have been. So let's have a look for Elaine, working from home. Whoops. I love you, Elaine. So we have the Rose's Kiss and we have the Land Between. Okay. So at the minute, you're in between, okay, like knowing what it's going to be. And they're saying, I know it's easy to say, there is a new momentum, Elaine. There is a new momentum. It's going to take about 8 months to really, for you to feel like you're having a new beginning, but it has actually already begun. And, you know, those wheels have got to turn slowly, and they are now turning. But you don't be tempted to rush the process, my love. Okay, you will be working from home, right? You will be. Okay, so I'm not here to predict, Lena. I'm just like looking at the energies for you. So I'm going to do Lena because I said I would, and then I'm going to start to draw this house sale where you've got Merry Motive, which is about the winter time. So that probably answers that for you. Okay, and Tracy, the Uncharted Sea. You're being asked to go out there and meet new people, Tracy. It feels like you've been on this particular ride for too long, and they want you to go out and meet new people. That's what I feel. So the Spirit Centre is open now. If any of you would like to receive my support on a much more regular basis, it's a wonderful way. I'm sorry, Lena, out of respect for me, I'm not here to do that for you, my lovely. If you want a reading, do book a reading. This is why I very rarely do this, because people do just expect me to give them everything, and I give enough. So yeah, that sort of put me off my stride, because it just feels a little bit demanding. But anyway, maybe that's me. I want to thank all of you for coming up tonight. I'm probably going to be around on Saturday morning as well. I can't do Facebook Lives at the minute because my daughter's buggered up my Facebook account. God knows why, but anyway, there we go. And if you'd like to join me over in the Spirit Centre, I would love to be sending you those free readings. I love you too, Tracy. And if you don't want to go for the gold membership, try the $9.99 membership, and then if you like it, you can always go up to the gold later on. I want to give you all a big hug and thank you for all the well wishes to do with my wedding. I am going to be posting some pictures of all the lovely presents I got. I'm very grateful. There's my new ring. Very, very beautiful ring, and I'm married to a lovely man. Oh, I love you, Elaine. Right, I'm going to go rescue my prawn paella. I love you. Bye-bye.